you're expecting a result, especially in the Ember months. I really do hope that you have your desires granted. If they are good desires, not the kind of desires that would be troublesome to other people. Yeah, you know. Okay, well, on the show today, we'll be looking at some of the big stories. I felt like playing There Is Fire on the Mountain before now, but then the second line of that song wasn't really capturing what I wanted. The second line says, and nobody seems to be on the run. I wanted something that says people are running. There is fire on the mountain. You know, that one that we know as kids. There is fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. You know, it's actually in line with the very first story that I'll be taking today. Something about coups in Africa and some countries, you know, running already, making a move. They don't want to hear that he moved from Gabon to them. I'm talking about Cameroon, Rwanda. We'll look at that though. So we'll be taking a look at some of the big stories. I've got like 4 of them, and it's going to last till about 4 p.m. So you and I will be on this one. And afterwards at 4, we'll bring you the news, the business news. And then we talk about security in River State. We'll be looking at the state of security in River State currently. There's been this particular trend in the state. I don't know if you've noticed, but in case maybe you've noticed, but because you don't know what I'm about to say, you're not in my mind, right? You're not even seeing my script. All right. There's been a police weekly security briefing. Yeah. The Commissioner of Police, Onyemeka, has been updating the media, or should I say Rivers people, on the happenings, on what they have been doing. So there has been a police weekly press briefing. All right. So we'll be looking at that. And my question at that point, at that time, 4 to 5, would be, how would you describe the state of security in River State now? I mean, with all the security, with all that the security personnel are doing, I mean, if they are telling us their achievements every week, this is what we have done, this is what we have achieved, this is, you know, something like that, right? So I would like to know what you think about the state of security right now. How would you describe it? Perhaps you could look at where you live, or the route you take to work, or the area where you have your business, or perhaps, you know, what you've heard about certain areas. Has it reduced? Is it on the rise? Is it looking better? I need you to describe the state of security in River State now. Okay. I'm also looking to have a security consultant and criminologist for that conversation. So yes, as I said, it's going to last till 5 p.m., 4 to 5. We'll be looking at the state of security in River State with a view on the police weekly security briefing. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll bring you the news update. And after the news update, let's set an agenda for the reconstituted NDDC board. There is a new board right now. And let's look at perhaps the areas of concern for you. All right, maybe for people of your own community, that you think the board should focus on right now. Maybe you think they should focus on politicking, you know, with regards to what's happening within the board. Or maybe you think they should focus on actually doing certain things that are part of the mission of the NDDC. You know, part of what they're supposed to achieve is to offer a lasting solution to the socio-economic difficulties of the Niger Delta region. Another thing is to facilitate the rapid and sustainable development of the Niger Delta into a region that is economically prosperous, socially stable, ecologically regenerative, and politically peaceful. So we can use that, you know, as a yardstick to say, okay, looking at this area, I think the board should focus on how to get this and that done. You know, in the past, whatever years, I mean, all the while there was no board, this is where we've been lagging behind. And so they should focus on this part and on that part and on that part. Okay, so we'll be doing that one for a short time, though. We have something coming up at 5:45, an interview. And then 6 o'clock, the major bulletin will come your way, after which, you know, we'll see. We could have open season right here on the show. All right. And then I say my goodbye. And of course, the sports crew will come over and take center stage, 7 o'clock. That's their time. So once again, my name is Constance Mega. And we're live on Facebook, so join us on social media and let's have the conversations right here. On Facebook, it's Nigeria Infonet 2.3 PH. And on X, I don't know, I find it really hard saying X. It sounds weird. Oh my God. Oh well, maybe with time, we'll all get used to it. A lot of people still say Twitter. So on X, we are Nigeria Info PH. And then you can send a message via WhatsApp to 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. That's the WhatsApp number. I'll be back shortly. Just stay tuned.
Here on Info, we give you a great blend of all. Local.
This particular story here, Rwanda retires 12 generals. Cameroon reshuffles defense ministry after Gabon coup. So it's one of the biggest stories today. I think all the national dailies captured this. All right, so let me read from the channel's television website. So here it goes. The Rwandan Defense Force, RDF, has retired 12 generals and others in a move to reshuffle the military, while Cameroon's President Paul Biya has made changes to the Central African country's Ministry of Defense. And they say both moves are coming in the wake of the Gabon coup, the latest in a series of military takeovers in Africa. Well, a statement on Wednesday by the RDF said President Paul Kagame has retired 83 military personnel, including 12 generals. Well, they have their names here. I'm not reading them. And then he also approved the promotion and appointment of some officers to replace them. And this move takes immediate effect. Now listen, the Rwandan president, who has been in power since 2000, is one of the continent's longest serving leaders. A 2015 amendment to the country's constitution means he can stay in power until 2034. And so you ask yourself, is it about reshuffling the military or actually doing the right thing? Oh well. Let's see what's happening in Cameroon. The Cameroonian president began his reign in 1982 after a coup. While he later allowed for elections after severe criticisms of oppression and human rights abuses. He's 90 years old, Paul Biya, and he has remained president. So you know when I said there is fire on the mountain, run, run, run. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at. Okay, now let's move on to another story. And by the way, I would like to get your take on some of the big stories as I read them out. All right. You let me know which of them has caught your fancy, and let's get your take on those. All right, the next one here, I'll be taking it from the Punch newspaper. Vandalized pipelines. Marketers predict more fuel queues. So the story goes that petrol queues lingered across Lagos and Ogun states on Wednesday. The story was in the news. It made headlines yesterday, actually, but it has continued into a new day. And that's because the petrol queues lingered across Lagos and Ogun states on Wednesday, just as oil marketers predicted tougher days ahead in terms of product availability. Now, several motorists were seen on queues at filling stations across the states, with some oil sector operators saying the fuel scarcity might not go away anytime soon. Now, in an update on the prevailing situation, the chairman of Satellite Depot, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Lagos, Akin Akinriade, told The Punch that the situation was, quote, worsening. And he said, quote again, nobody is saying anything to us yet. And as we speak, we are still not loading products here. In fact, the situation is worsening because the queues have continued. Even some of NNPCL retail stations don't also have products for sale. I believe it's a stock issue. And the NMDPRA should be able to tell us what is really happening. But I know they won't want to tell the truth. End of quote. And I'm sure that if there's anything Nigerians do not want to hear, it's petrol scarcity. It can be expensive, but it better be available, you know. All right, moving on to one other story. I forgot to add this to my script earlier on, but hey, we have to carry this one. It's good news, and I love good news, and I'm sure you do as well. So let's take this one. By the way, this story actually broke yesterday evening or so. All right, so here's the headline. Primary school teachers in Rivers State promoted after 10 years. Primary school teachers in Rivers State promoted after 10 years. You know, if only I had a bell in the studio, or perhaps if I could, you know, blow up some confetti in here, make some noise or something. You know, I can just, it feels like I can hear some kind of jubilation in people's homes right now. Like finally, what we prayed for, what we waited for, what we perhaps fasted for. After about 10 years, the Rivers State government has finally promoted teachers and non-academic staff under the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC. And it comes with a significant pay rise. Over 10 years after promotion interviews were conducted for the teachers, the state chairman of the Nigeria Union of Teachers, NUT, Colin Echipu, tells correspondent Martha Okerenkem that Governor Siminalayi Fubara made the promise at a recent meeting with teachers. And he also said promotion letters will be handed out this week. And then he called on the teachers in the state to put more effort into their work. Now, another person who spoke, a non-academic staff member under the Universal Basic Education Board, who actually spoke anonymously to our correspondent, confirmed that he was a recipient of the promotion exercise. And then he called for timely promotion exercises to be done in order to increase productivity in the civil service. Well, our correspondent gathered that teachers under the UBEC received an increment in their salaries ranging from 20,000 naira to 50,000 naira. Teachers in senior secondary schools are yet to be promoted because the Rivers State Senior Secondary School Board has not been constituted. So that's that story there. Primary school teachers in Rivers State promoted after 10 years. All right, let's move on to yet another big story, and then we'll make way for a commercial break. All right, so this one here, it's coming from the police, and we'll read again from the channels. Police says we need 190,000 more personnel to man Nigeria, and that's coming from the IGP. The Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetoku, says insufficient manpower is hindering the agency's efforts to tackle crime, saying the police need an extra 190,000 personnel to effectively man the country. Well, IGP Egbetoku said this in a paper presentation to the Senior Executive Course 45 at the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru, Plateau State, on Wednesday. And he says while UN recommended one police personnel to 460 citizens ratio, Nigeria has a ratio of 1 to 650, one personnel to 650. Ouch. We'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere.
You've got big dreams, but you know
Thinking about how many now? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I've done 4. Interesting. I think I've still got one more. Yeah, definitely. I can't leave this one. All right, so the last one I took had to do with the police, saying police need 190,000 more personnel to man Nigeria, says IGP. And then, of course, the very last one, and then we open the phone lines. Remember, you can send a message via WhatsApp to 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. All right, this is coming from Daily Post. I dare anyone to suspend me from PDP. Wike. That's the very last story right now. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has dared the leadership of his party, the PDP, to suspend or discipline him. Remember, he was sworn in some days ago under the administration of President Bola Tinubu of the APC. And, while he was addressing the backlash he received following his appointment, he said he informed the PDP leadership before he took the ministerial offer of President Tinubu. And he also says he has not seen any PDP chieftain that will suspend him from the party. And I remember I was listening to that and that particular interview, and he said, I'm still a member of the PDP. I am not working for a party. I'm following a man who has a dream of some sort. I'm paraphrasing here. All right. But that's the story. And I'm sure you've heard it. You've had all the conversations about this one, especially in the morning. So let's talk already. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0002. And 0817 923 0007. 0817 923 0007. 07. Remember, we have a call screener, so when you call in, be patient. Now head on to Facebook and drop a comment. I'll read them. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. And well, of course, for your WhatsApp messages, send them to 0809 030 6416. All right, before we take the calls, take a listen, please.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
So let's look at the WhatsApp messages. Victor from Egbema says, nice to hear that Governor Fubara has promoted primary school teachers with slight pay rise after 10 years, believing it would be according to civil service rule of engagements. That's triple promotion. He should also roll out palliative measures to cushion the effect of hardship caused by subsidy removal on larger people of River State. All right, Victor. Good afternoon, presenter. On the Police Weekly... no, that's for later. We're doing big stories right now. Hello, afternoon. Rwanda and Cameroon government are wasting time. Even the junior ranking officers do carry out coups too. African leaders should do the necessary and no one will disturb them. Nicholas Erasmus. All right, Nicholas. Then Newton Ikire says, good day, Madam Constance. Egbetoku, 190,000 additional police personnel needed to secure Nigeria. The bigger concern is their modus operandi, not their size. It is archaic and retrogressive. It has its roots in ancient times. One would have thought that by this time and age they would have evolved, but no, they're still stuck in medieval times. A modern police department does not worry about size. Just 10 U.S. Marines can cause maximum damage to an entire state. Restructure and evolve. That's what Newton Ikire says. You know, the man is not talking about some special force, right? Newton. But all the same, though. All right, we have Hector on the line. Hector is calling from Obogoro. Hi, Hector. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The Cameroon president and which other country has done military reshufflement?
Cameroon and Rwanda.
Rwanda, yes, Rwanda. You see, our African politicians think that they are smart. Our leaders think they are very smart because they are succeeding and about to secure their seats. But it is sort of unfortunate because this lifestyle syndrome, they want to sit tight and become life president forever. It won't work. It will continue. Imagine the man has been in office for over 40 years or 40 years. Some of us are not even born. And we still want to continue. Let's see how it goes.
All right, thank you. Hello, Frank.
Good afternoon, Constant.
Welcome, Frank, from D-Line.
Yes. Primary school teachers promoted after 10 years.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, let me commend my governor, Wike, and the incumbent governor, Sinala Ifura, for making effort to promote the teachers.
Did you say former governor?
Yes, former governor, yes.
Really?
He started the program before he left. Then the current governor now picked up. So then we can say idea PDP. Yes. Why is there PDP almost every day? Is that PDP don't have anything to suspend him. He said he wrote to PDP chairman and PDP chairman in South and they give him permission for him to accept the offer. So all those things make him to talk like this. If not, he would have even via his own party.
All right, thank you. Hello, Clement from NTA Road. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Please go on.
The acting ID saying that we are shooting police. Well, I choose to disagree with him. My reason is because there are government-appointed officials who, I would say, in my own opinion, have a division of police assigned to them, protecting just them and their family. So if they are to follow the United Nations standard or the people that he selected, so let's look at the Prime Minister from UK. How many police follow or protect the Prime Minister?
Clement, apologies. Your line is breaking. Had to cut you off there. You can call back. Hello, Silas from GRA. Good afternoon. Turn off your radio set.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
My own point is as regards the IGP call for more manpower into the Nigerian police system.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very well. It's expected even before he assumed that office as an IGP. It's what is expected because police lack a lot of manpower in Nigeria. They lack manpower. We have been crying of this manpower increment in Nigerian police, and it's as if nobody was listening to us. Other previous IG that came in, all of them came out play politics on manpower issue in Nigerian police and left. So it's a welcome development as regards this calling for this manpower. And let the federal government also look at it with immediate effect and start making sure that they bring in people into the police. Because we also have the youth who are ready for the job and they have not been calling them to come and do the work. So it's a welcome development. Then to Fubara, promoting the civil servant in River State. Well, he has done differently from what the former governor, who were expected from former Governor Wike. So that's to show that, yes, he still have ideas, so other different things to do in River State.
All right. Thank you very much, Silas. Hi, Robin from HA. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my sister Donis.
This is Constance. Welcome.
Yes, the coups that are happening around Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I have been saying that Babangida, the former head of state of Nigeria, warned Nigerian politicians before the election. They should be careful. He warned them. And I've been saying that our clergies, those who are keeping quiet, and the leaders of different political parties that are benefiting from the looting of each of the states, they should be careful because the day will come, they will not find their drivers to drive the SUV. They will not find their car to even use that fingerprint to enter inside. Straight to River State, the teachers being promoted. Former governors, Amechi and Wike, did not do well. But I'm happy with Fubara That His Excellency, the current governor. That is why I was worried about consolidation. But now that he has tried to not to consolidate on those wrong parts of the road, I will not say kudos to him. He's doing his job. He's just doing his job. Then the police IG, acting IG, the man who appointed him as IG is the current president of Nigeria, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu. So why can't you look at the man's face to tell him, sir, this is what I need, this is what we need?
All right. I hope he does that. Thank you. Good afternoon, Real Gifts.
Good afternoon to you, Melody.
You're welcome. Go on, please.
Thank you very much. You know, we are told in my community that when care is not taken, what happened in the house of the goat will repeat itself in the house of the chicken. And maybe that's why they are running. And in this case, fire day.
Mm-hmm.
For me, just like you asked, is this the option? Maybe. You never can tell. But I think it goes beyond just retiring generals and also rejigging the Ministry of Defense. Now, just like you said, Paul Biya has been in power since 1981. Obiang Gema of Equatorial Guinea has been in power since 1979. They count to Paul Kagame, just 1990. Well, I don't have a problem with Paul Kagame somewhat. You know why? Because the economy of Rwanda is doing well. It's far healthier than a lot of economies that have been there before now. So, but I think they should take care because in fear of the coup. Oh my God. Well, me, I believe that it will spread. It's not just between the central and the west. It will go beyond level because the truth is that the presidents are not doing what they ought to do, and the National Assembly themselves. What is democracy without the rule of law, my lady? Rule of law is the major ingredient of a democratic setup, but when you don't have it, what do you get?
All right. Thank you very much, Real Gift. Hello, Daniel from Amuma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my sister.
Welcome. Oh, and that happened. Apologies, Daniel. You can call back. Hello, Promise from Rumodubaya. Good afternoon. Welcome aboard.
My sister, let me appreciate the governor for the promotion of the teachers. After 10 years, I think the joy that will be in those teachers will be an awesome one. I think it will short the amount of so many saboteurs that have been sabotaging the effort of PDP here in Rivers State and the government of former Governor Wike. He has done so well. In fact, he has proved to Rivers State that he is a civil servant and he has served under the Civil Service Commission. I want to appreciate it and welcome development. Thank you, Ajaku Promise for remote man.
All right, thank you, Promise. Hello, Miriam. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Constance. Good afternoon.
You're welcome, Miriam. Go on.
Thank you. Let me talk about the military, the countries that are retiring. This emergency retirement of their top military personnel. Well, I think this coup that is going on in most of these African countries, I think the military personnel should not exclude themselves from it. For me, I think it's the military themselves that aided and abetted corruption in Africa among these democratic presidents and governors. If it was not for them, this corruption wouldn't have been imposed on us the way they did. So our governors and our presidents use the military themselves to impose this corruption on us. They are the ones that facilitated it. So the military should not present themselves as so clean. And congratulations to the schools board. But I want to tell you, Constance, that it is just the UB board that paid the promotion. The senior secondary school board did not pay. So if there's a way the chairman of the senior secondary school board can tell us why the senior secondary teachers did not get their promotion arrears or increments, he should come and tell us. It is just the UB teachers that are rejoicing, but the senior secondary teachers, they are not.
All right. Thank you, Muriel. We already pointed that out. Primary school teachers. Hello, Mr. Zion. Welcome.
God bless you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Let me attend on the IG's comments.
All right.
I think it's just been economical. we need 1 million police personnel in this country.
What makes you think we need 1 million? The IGP says 190,000.
A lot of environments are ungoverned. A lot of locations in this country are ungoverned. Even some areas in your community, back in your state, there is no police there. And you say we need this number of police.
And if there's security there, why would we need police there?
We have overused them, overstretched them. Look at the United Nations calculation per 1 to 400. There is even limited. To tell you that we're giving us only this calculation. Now we should be talking about 1 police to 50 persons. Because the rate of knowledge underline that. Number 2, look at the rate of crime. The truth is this particular police structure cannot handle the issue of crime. Look at our borderlines. Over 1,700 unmanned. Who will occupy there? Is it on 180,000? No, man. Until we get to that point of recruiting the right people, I think that is also another issue. Do you know that today most of the police are political police? Who is their guarantor? Is a politician. Who's not today is incoming there? A politician. Who is standing for them as a referee? A politician. Should it supposed to be so? Even the IG that he said did 1 police to 400 persons. How many police is protecting him now? He have nothing less than close to 10 police, which means he has occupied 400 times 10 persons protecting him. So, my sister, we need 1 million police personnel to be engaged. And the recruitment should not be lopsided. It should cut across the whole nation. Only the interested people and not people recommended by politicians.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Zion. Wala from Oyibo, you're up next. Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to use this opportunity to tell African leaders, this kind of reshufflement that they are coming with across the military setting cannot help out anything at all. I wish that they will take a critical look on what is happening within the societies on their governance and they change pattern. That is the only way. Because if this movement that has started right here in Niger to some other nations is divine, if it is what God has prepared because of their leadership, all of their attempts to stop it will be proved in vain. So I am...
Oh my, what's happening? Network. All right, thank you very much for calling though. Well, let's see messages now. On X, Tony says 190,000 that would be paid below the minimum wage, in essence, peanuts to fight insecurity. Yeah, sarcasm. This one's on Facebook. Newton Ikire says, on the retirement of generals in Rwanda, what is Paul Kagame scared of? What kind of question is that? Nelly Kave says, Wike is the best experience. Best experienced politician you've ever seen in Nigeria. Okay. All right. Moving on. Who else is here? All right. Let's see the messages here on WhatsApp. We've got a couple of them. If APC is that good, why not Wike leave PDP to APC? But his one leg is with APC while the other is in PDP, and one of his hands with Labour Party, the other is with ANPP. Ndu from Oyibo, that is your message. The IGP would reduce the number of policemen required to protect Nigerians by 1,000 if he withdrew the policemen stationed at every pole on Port Harcourt to Aba Express Road. If the same thing is done on other roads in the southern part of the country, southeast especially, the needed number will be reduced drastically. Your name is Sajo. Good afternoon, Constance. I was shocked to hear from your station that the Rivers State NUT commended the governor for effecting teachers' promotion. Frankly, up till now, the NUT's only interest has been to deduct money from poorly paid teachers. Even in the face of the hardships occasioned by fuel subsidy removal and the attendant spike in the cost of goods and services, they still went ahead to illegally deduct from teachers when other unions are seeking ways to better the lot of their members. Rivers State NUT, you say they should be ashamed. That's Bright from Alu. Bright, are you a teacher? I think the Rwandan president took the right step. We know the genocide that occurred in that country in 1994. They've been rebuilding the country, but you still have some level of instability in the DRC. So a coup d'etat isn't something that should happen in that country at all. As for Paul Biya, I think he should respect himself and hand over power to someone else. We don't want tyrants at the helm of affairs in African countries. And the rotation of power among the various geopolitical zones should be enshrined in the constitutions of African countries to stop people like Biya. Mr. Mokie. All right. Good afternoon, presenter. Wike dares PDP to suspend him. I don't blame him. I blame the PDP for not being proactive in slamming him discipline in the early days. The party has become spineless. An individual threatening the existence of the party. It's unfortunate. Don Jack sent us that message. And then Ibi Fubara says, Constance, my concern is not about more police personnel recruitment, but the caliber and the attitude of those to be recruited and the retraining of those already recruited and their well-being. It is only a low-thinking person that will think a military coup is the solution to any societal ills in Africa. Governor Fubara has done the needful. Kudos to him and the teachers. All right. What's your name again? Ibi Fubara. All right. Otis from Port Harcourt says, it took a government 10 good whole years to promote its workers, something which their rights are stated in the civil service rules, and we come out to appreciate them. Shame on the government and congratulations to the workers. For the African leaders, their fire brigade approach won't solve the problem. They must show true leadership, devoid of corruption and impunity. Otis from Port Harcourt. Newton Ikire is asking, does Wike and APC have the same ideology? Or do Wike and APC have the same ideology? In life, integrity matters. Wike and the APC are strange bedfellows. From his antecedents, we knew Wike hated everything APC loved. What changed? If God be God, serve him. But if it is Baal you wish to serve, go ahead. Whatever you do, halt not before two opinions. Hashtag strange bedfellows. That's from Newton Ikire. Okay, maybe one more message and then we'll get back to the phone lines now. Hector says the confirmation of the promotion of the primary school teachers in Rivers State by the governor is a cheering news to hear. Congratulations to them and well done, Governor Fubara, for the approval. While we are still waiting, expecting the effects of the 10,000 civil service employment. That's from Hector. Ife Tori says, I beg, make the governor help us appoint chairman for Rivers State Senior Secondary School Board so that we go follow get our promotion just as UBE take gets. All right. 0817-923-0002 0817-923-0002. And just to remind you some of the big stories we took this afternoon. Coup, Rwanda retires 12 generals. Cameroon reshuffles military. Primary school teachers in Rivers State promoted after 10 years. Vandalized pipelines. Marketers predict more fuel queues. Police need 190,000 more personnel to man Nigeria, says IGP. And I dare anyone to suspend me from PDP, Wike. So which of the stories has got your attention? Hello, Susie from Erema. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go on.
Yeah, we clearing PDP from suspending him. And people are raising eyebrows. Why should a man be a member of a political party and run affairs in another political party? First, let us establish the fact that the responsibility held by Wike is not an APC responsibility. It's a national assignment, and a minister is a minister of the state.
Hi, Susie. That happened. All right, Susie. Hello, Daniel from Omuma. Welcome.
Thank you, Constance. I call back. I want to talk on the daring of Wike to PDP. Wike has right because of the way PDP has been treating the South. Because the issue of daring Wike is right. no matter whoever may claim to be PDP, have not spent 1 out of 4 that Wike has spent in PDP. They have not worked more than Wike in PDP. And they have not held PDP firmly to stand as a political party. Wike has sponsored many cases for PDP of his own with Rivers money. Do you understand what I'm saying? Wike remove many people, Ahmadu Sharif and all the rest of national chairman who wanted to feed PDP, both state and national. Wike said no, they cannot kill the party he is inside. And he firmly fight and keep PDP moving. Then later on, some of our brothers are here in River State and Southeast and South decided to sell Wike to Atiku Abubakar, who said that it is the turn of the North, that when the good luck should not complete his tenure, good luck should go away, that it is time for Buhari to go and rule. You understand? Then, reaching now, Buhari has completed his tenure. Atiku come up. People came up to support Atiku. People who says they are vibrant human beings, they have conscience in River State, went and supported Atiku. Then, and denying Wike, and robbing Wike, not even denying, robbing Wike of his mandate. How do you think that person you will succeed in fighting with him?
All right, thank you very much, Daniel, for calling. We've got commercials, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So these people are still typing. All right, one person is done. Anonymous says, good afternoon, Constance. The ongoing recruitment that is going on in different MDAs is not reflecting in River State Hospital's management board. Are we not? This is not part of what I'm taking. What are you saying? I don't know what this story is about. It has nothing to do with what I am talking about.
Wow, what's that? It's not a smell. It's